Hey everybody, it's Todd here. Just uh, back with another wonderful video on my YouTube channel here. Learning as I go and having fun doing it. I hope you are too. Another conversation of the day. A little quick conversation on a related subject to my previous video on the F word. That subject being, and it's kind of basically a question. What happened to manners? Where did manners go? Especially this time of year, Christmas time. But what happened to manners? Where did they go? You know, the little things like, thank you, please, excuse me, sorry, didn't mean to bump into you, that kind of thing. Holding a door for a person, um, you know, even opening a car door for your wife or girlfriend, you know, things like that. You know, where did they go? You know, um, seems like any more these days, uh, they're few and far between manners. It's you know, one of the things that irritates me when it comes to manners is when you're in a restaurant. You're taking your wife out on a date night, or your girlfriend or whatever. In my case, it'd be my wife. Or your family out for a nice night out dinner, and you've got an obnoxious person in the booth near you, or a table near you, talking on their phone loud, or if they're not on their phone, they're talking loud so everybody can hear. Or you know, uh, and or they're on their texting on their phone in front of their girlfriend or wife or whoever it is they're taking out on a date. And it's like that. First of all, that's rude. You're supposed to be there having a conversation, to get to know the person that you're with. Talk with them. Get to know them a little bit. And so forth over a nice meal, and not to be texting people in front of them. I mean, and kind of basically ignoring them. That's just plain rude. And I personally think it's wrong. On the similar subject, my wife has relatives that are grandparents, and they stopped taking their grandkids, teenage grandkids, out to lunch, and to spend some time with their grandkids, and talk with them, visit with them, and so forth over a nice lunch, because they said it was a one-sided conversation. Their grandkids were spending more time on their cell phones than they were talking to their, or paying attention to their grandmother, or and it's like, really, you know and it upset their grandmothers, that uh, to the end, where they just stopped taking them. They said, okay, if you're going to act like that, and treat me like that, and not listen to my conversation or anything, just ignore me and pay more attention to your phone, then what's the point of taking you out to lunch? It's a waste of time and energy. And so that's a shame, because their grandmothers aren't going to be around forever, and some of them may regret not may regret doing that and not spending the time with their grandmothers. It's really a shame. But I mean, the other thing that's irritating about manners is, people that, you're having a conversation with somebody, or like in my case, I'll be helping a customer at work, answering a question or whatever, and I'll have people that will come up to me, and they won't say excuse me or anything like that. They just butt right in, and in the middle of the conversation that I'm having with the customer, and speak right up and, do you have this or what, without any, politeness or anything. They're basically rude, and that really irritates me. I don't mind, answering your question as long as you're polite about it. If I'm in the middle of a conversation, if I'm gonna say, excuse me to interrupt your conversation because it's an emergency or whatever, or I'm in a hurry, then I expect you to do the same thing to me. And that's what it boils down to. You treat people the way you want to be treated. If you want people to be polite to you and use good manners around you, then you have to do the same thing. It's not a one-way street. It's a two-way street when it comes to this stuff. Um, I'll hold doors for people at restaurants or stores, or some place of business or whatever, out and about in public. And, if it's not an automatic door. And nobody, they just walk on by, don't even say thank you or anything like that. And it's like, really? I don't do it, but sometimes, it's like, I feel like, just closing the door right in their face. It's like, if you're not gonna be polite and at least show a little gratitude and, and say thank you, then something's wrong with you. Either you weren't raised right, taught right, which is my belief as to what is the problem with bad manners is, growing up they weren't taught good manners. They weren't, raised right or whatever however you want to put it. I got the elbow, if I didn't say, the little elbow in the arm, kind of thing, from my mother when I was a kid, as part of my, training, I guess you could say, of good manners. If I did not say thank you or please, I hardly hear anybody say the word please, and and because of that, I do that. I use those words today. You know, um, she always uh, talked to me and made sure that I had good manners no matter where I went, a friend's house or wherever. You hold the door for somebody, um, or when I was younger in that generation, you held the door for a woman. Um, you opened a car door for a woman, that kind of thing. But also manners at the table, at the dinner table. If you were invited out for dinner, you showed respect, dignity and good manners. You didn't just, sit yourself up at the table and then, chowed down your food like a pig, you know. I just think it's a shame that, manners, rudeness seems to have taken over with a lot of people to me in my everyday observations anymore. And I mean, there are still people that have, manners that say thank you, hello, and stuff like that, and excuse me, and or if I'm walking down an aisle in a store and somebody accidentally bumps me, and they'll say sorry, excuse me, but majority of the time, I people don't say any of that stuff anymore. They throw manners out the window, so to speak, and I think it's a really it's a sad thing. It's a shame. It's really a shame. Young people, a lot of kids, you know, um, don't have good manners. I've met some that do. I mean, I'm not saying all, not all have good manners. I'm saying There are some out there that do have good manners, kids, elementary school aged, teenagers, but I, the teenagers with good manners are way overshadowed by those that don't. And in my opinion, my humble opinion, and from what I have observed in my everyday life. So let me know what you think about this conversation on manners. Let me know your experiences. Good or bad, experiences in your everyday life as well, with people with manners. What do you think is the reason why, um, less manners are being used and things like that, or manners aren't being used? I mean, I'd be interested in hearing what you have to say in the comments below. And always, keep it civil and clean and no foul language, please. Appreciate that. But I'd love to hear your stories, in the comments below, about, like I said, your experiences out and about shopping or in a restaurant or whatever when it comes to rude people or, people using bad manners and that kind of thing. And if you like this conversation, this video, hit that thumbs up button down below. Let me know that you liked it. If you want to see more videos like this and other videos, I'm going to be doing other videos as well, not just these like conversation, of the day kind of videos. I'm just still, working on things, but I'm doing these videos as the thought comes to my head. But if you want to see more videos from me and what I have planned, from my, if you check out the about, section on my channel, and you're interested in some of them subjects, let me know. Anyways, hit that subscribe button down below if you like my handsome face and want to see it again in a video, in another video, and hit that notification bell off to the side there, down below, and so you can see more videos and get notified of something else coming up. Alrighty, well, everybody stay safe out there. God bless you and have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, everybody, take care. Bye.